live. We live.
Yeah. You don't know, get hip. Hey.
Rainy day stream, y'all.
He don't play. Eating chips every day. He loves Frito-Lay. He said no.
No, out.
We gon' go.
I said no. Can you chill out, bro? He said no, still. He ain't got no chill. That's number 3, ain't it? Feel like
What's wrong with you? Who's keeping count?
That's because you've been chasing with that.
Is that porn like that?
You. All right, man. Let's get ready to get this thing started, man. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
It is your host, Pyro, aka Nolan Ryan, aka whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me if it ain't about the money.
Yeah.
And who do I have with me today?
What's up? It's your girl, Sunny P.
Sunny P in the house.
It's your girl, T. Michelle.
T. Michelle in the building. Welcome.
Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy Bigelow back in the place.
Brother from another mother in this motherfucker.
Type shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you remember, Deuce, when we last did the Shot Glass podcast, I talked about the singer D4vd. He had like a murder case where they found like a body in the back of his Tesla.
Yeah. I remember you did say that.
So, Crime Network got a video about this shit, bro. This shit is like real tweaky. What's going on with bro?
Yeah.
So hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Let me get my reaction screen going.
I sit mine up. I've got to sit up so I can see this shit. The thing outside. The thing on the side of the chair. Lift it up.
Well, it could go up.
Stand up a little bit. People away a lot.
But first, he's been called one of Gen Z's most buzzed about artists.
Hard or not?
But first, he's been called one.
All right, this ain't the one. Let me go to the other one. Hold on real quick. Wow.
Where dude from?
But first,
you know
he's
what?
been.
I don't know where he's from. That's crazy.
That's a good ass question, bro. Let's figure it out real quick. I want to say somewhere in California, but I have no idea. I do know that he blew up off of Fortnite.
Because he won't be to hear you.
Yeah. He definitely blew up a Fortnite.
Like talk directly into the mic when you speak so he can hear you. Look a little zesty.
Queens, New York.
Oh, he is from New York.
Yeah, he look a little
Yo,
zesty.
son.
He looked like Dame Dot, the basketball player. Just a zesty version of him.
Yeah, that nigga look a little zesty for real. He
Little
like an offspring of Kid Cudi.
All
And
right,
then a chain around his neck.
Crazy.
let's get to this video, man.
But first, he's been called one
Damn,
of.
I pulled up the wrong shit twice. It's the first one.
Says you gonna watch this.
New details just released about the identity of the person found wrapped in plastic discovered in the trunk of a singer's car. We're breaking down the latest and where the investigation stands now, as the singer's rep maintains that he's fully cooperating with
Wait, hold on.
the investigation.
I think it had been sitting
Thanks
for a while,
joining us on
actually.
Law and- New details just released about the identity of the person found wrapped in plastic discovered in the trunk of a singer's car.
Oh, yeah.
We're breaking down the
Yeah, she looked
latest
like she was
and where
foreign
the
for real.
investigation stands now, as the singer's rep maintains that he's fully cooperating with the investigation. Thanks for joining us on Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. Investigators say the remains were of a 15-year-old girl who was reported missing
Oh, damn.
last year. But even with
Yeah,
this new
damn.
lead at
Rest in
this
peace to
time,
her.
So they saying when they found her, she was 15.
Yeah. They said that
Cause she been in the car for a couple years.
Yeah.
A couple years?
Yeah,
I don't know how long, but definitely they just said it was a stench or a smell coming from it. That's what even brought attention to it. And
Yeah.
this whole issue now.
They were saying it was like a smell coming from the car, so they had it towed from the street to the tow yard, and then from the tow yard they went into it.
And they investigated it,
Police are keeping tight-lipped if they have a suspect.
So, question: how long was it before they had it in the tow
Earlier
yard?
this month,
Hold on, here we go.
I'm not. I think they're gonna give us the details now because I'm not quite sure how long it was in the tow yard.
I think as soon as they got it there, to be honest, or it might have been there to the point where they was like, this motherfucker stank.
This motherfucking car.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. Like they brought it there, and it's like somebody was walking by, probably checking and just doing like their normal routine.
Stank.
Was like,
weird over here by this
something weird
car.
coming from here. Yeah, something smell.
Because the dead body gonna definitely stink for sure.
18-year-old girl who was reported missing last year. But even with this new lead at this time, police are keeping tight-lipped if they have a suspect or a person of interest. Earlier this month, employees at a tow yard in Hollywood noticed a strong odor coming from one of the cars. The smell was so strong and foul, they had no choice but to call police. When officers arrived, that's when the startling discovery was made. A body was wrapped in plastic and dumped in the vehicle's trunk. When investigators dug into who that car belonged to, they learned it was registered to the singer David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke. Officials say that the car was towed from the Hollywood Hills after someone reported it missing. Investigators believe that the body was put in the trunk about 5 days before it was towed to the impound lot. Now, initially, we didn't know much, including who was the victim. Did the victim have ties to the singer? Was the singer a person of interest or a suspect? We're still waiting to learn more, but now investigators reportedly identified who the victim is. We're learning this week that the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner ID'd the victim as a 15-year-old girl named Celeste Rivas. According to LAPD, the victim was 5'2", had wavy hair, and a tattoo on her right index finger that says shh. She was found wearing a tube top, black leggings, an earring, and a yellow metal chain bracelet. According to a report by TMZ, though, the singer David also had that exact same tattoo on his right index finger. But that doesn't necessarily equal murder suspect. It might be an odd coincidence, especially with other celebs like Lindsay Lohan, Rihanna, and Lily Allen sporting the same tat. Here's what else we know about 15-year-old Celeste. Her mom told local reporters she had been missing for more than a year. Her mom said when she saw the news of the body found in David's Tesla, it was suspicious to her because her daughter's boyfriend's name was also David. Little is known at this time about the events leading up to Celeste going missing. According to a missing poster, she was last seen on April 5th of 2024 in Lake Elsinore, California. That was when she was 13 years old. She was last seen...
That's crazy.
A black sweater, hats, and Hello Kitty sandals. Attorneys for the singer say that he continues to cooperate with the investigation. While authorities haven't publicly said that he is a suspect, that hasn't stopped some people from jumping to their own
dude
conclusions.
just looked too zesty, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Little Uzi ass.
Yeah, bro, it's something about him, for real.
So she been missing for 2 years.
For example. His lyrics include,
She ran away for a year and then she was in that car for a year, I
I didn't
guess.
even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. Now that song was released in 2022.
Wait, hold on.
2 years before Celeste. True. Back of my mind is her messages. Some eagle-eyed fans pointed to David's previous songs as some kind of clues or messages, like Romantic Homicide, for example. His lyrics include, in the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. Now that song was released in 2022, 2 years before Celeste went missing and 3 years before her body was discovered. But again, it didn't stop some people from speculating. Then, in another report from TMZ released Wednesday, the singer professed his love to someone named Celeste in an unreleased song. According to the report, those unreleased tracks included the lyrics, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." The other verse included the lyrics, "Oh Celeste, afraid you'll only love me when undressed, but you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed, but I digress because..." Now, according to the report, that song was leaked in December of 2023, just months before Celeste was officially reported missing. And it's important to note, no official confirmation Celeste in the leaked song is the same Celeste found in the car. Companies like Crocs and Hollister pulled their marketing campaigns after Celeste's body was discovered too. In a joint statement, the brands wrote, "We are aware of this developing story. With respect to the current situation, we have removed campaign
Oh, damn, he lost all his
Yeah.
endorsements
Don't
and
nobody
deals
wanna
and
be
everything.
connected to nobody dealing with some stuff like that. You sitting up here messing with an underage girl and killing her, and a body found dismembered in your car, like that's crazy.
So do you think? Because they say he fully cooperating. So do you think
As
he
of
responsible,
right
or he know who did it?
I think he's cooperating, but I really just think it's kind of obvious at this point. I don't think he had anybody do it. I think he was obsessed with that girl. She wanted to leave and go back home, and he didn't want her to go. And something bad happened.
That's really what it sounds like, too.
And something bad happened.
Damn. That's a crazy narrative.
Investigation continues. According
Because
to
you
a
would think
previous
after
report
so
by
long of her
TMZ,
running
it was
away
the
for it, she
police
come to her senses and be like, okay, I want to go back home now. I've been gone too long.
She probably said that, like, I want to go back home. I want to see my mom. I want to see my parents. And he
At
was
some
like,
point in time.
he kept probably saying something, telling her, like, little sweet little nothings lying all up in her face and whatever. She's young. That's crazy.
And this nigga got... Yeah, he's zesty, bro.
Zest monster.
He's zesty for sure.
Piercings in your nose. Like,
Ew.
He got nose piercings, eye piercings, the lip piercing. Yeah, those are indicators. Those are indicators.
Who told David
Yeah,
that
he's
there was a
zesty
body
for sure.
inside his Tesla
Yeah, he's
because he had
zesty.
no idea what was going on. But it's still
look at this
unclear
smirk.
how the car registered to him ended up in a tow lot if it wasn't even reported missing. Again, the singer's
Yep,
rep-
his car got. They never reported the motherfucker missing. They just
like
told
he
it.
never said nothing. Like, your car is gone and you on tour supposedly. Nothing. He ain't say nothing.
Dang, he didn't even ask about it or look for it.
Like whatever. You ain't sit here and say
says
somebody
that
had
he
my
has been
vehicle, it's like
cooperating.
you.
But we learned today
Yeah.
he's pausing his
Oh
current
yeah, bro.
work.
Yeah, it's
According to
he's
TMZ, he
that
was
sealed
supposed
it.
to hit the stage
That
in
picture right
Seattle
there
for a
sealed it for
concert,
me.
But sources
Zest
tell the outlet
monster.
that concert was canceled and the rest of his tour is on pause. Following the latest in the investigation, ABC7 Eyewitness News reports a house close to where the Tesla was abandoned was searched. Dozens of investigators were reportedly seen taking a computer and other items from a home in Hollywood. Some homeowners told the news outlet they remembered seeing that Tesla for a while, either parked at the house where police conducted their search or at other spots on the same street. But as of this recording, he isn't named as a suspect, and no criminal charges have been filed against him. So the mystery and investigation continues. I'm joined now by retired FBI agent Colin Schmidt.
Man,
Colin,
what?
thank you so much for joining me. What's your reaction to this latest development as the medical examiner says that the body found in the trunk was a 15-year-old girl?
Well, it looks like it's a terrible, terrible tragedy for that 15-year-old girl's family is obviously the victim. And the fact that she was found in a trunk, it indicates that there's some level of foul play with this. And it's only going to get more interesting and probably more tragic as the story comes out.
And I think probably, the biggest part of this story is that the car that the victim was found in was registered to a very popular singer. And we know that the singer is cooperating with the investigation, and officials haven't named him as a suspect or a person of interest. But in your opinion, with the information that we know now, do you think that he has anything to do with it?
Well, the problem is for whoever did this, a Tesla is nothing more than a rolling supercomputer. So it's going to have all kinds of information in there when they get when the engineers get in, get all the data. So I'm confident they're going to know exactly what happened in a very short period of time. And then the fact that there's such a close connection between the decedent and this rapper, it's only going to get more interesting, like I said, as far as what really happened.
And it's interesting, too, kind of the circumstances as we're learning more, because the victim's mom even told police that she got suspicious it was her daughter because her daughter also had a boyfriend named David. Do you think that that's just a terrible coincidence? And also, we're learning that they both had this tattoo on their index finger with the letters "sh" written on it, kind of similar to a lot of other celebrities, especially kind of in the millennial era, who also had that same tattoo. But do you think this is all just a terrible coincidence?
No.
Well, unfortunately, in violent crime, there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's a coincidence is actual circumstantial evidence. So all these data points are starting to point towards this rapper. We don't know what his role was. And if indeed he did have anything to do with it, but it does appear that there's some sort of.
We got new
hands-free Skechers slippers.
He was messing with a 13-year-old,
and he been grooming her since she was 11. So
How's that
that's
even
why I'm just
possible?
like, that's where this whole little probably came from on y'all finger, because y'all both had to be quiet about it. Mm-hmm. Like what that looked like. You sitting up here, you met this girl supposedly, from what I heard on Discord, when she was 11, and you groomed her. It's lyrics in your music talking about having to wait 7 years from 11 to where she's at now. Like that would have been like 7 years for her to be 18. That's crazy.
And where you heard
That
that
is
piece of
7-8 years too, though.
Where you heard that piece of information
It was
from?
on YouTube on Trap Lord. Shout out to Trap Lord.
Oh, we might have to watch that after this. Let's get through this one.
Yeah.
Ability that this rapper is going to have with this girl's death.
And where does the investigation or investigators really go from here? You know, they know the identity of the victim. The cause of death right now is listed as deferred, but what happens next?
Well, the most important piece of evidence is the body. The body tells the entire story. So, as I understand it from social media, that the medical examiner has not finished their investigation, and then the next step of that would be obviously the toxicology reports, which take a couple of days to a couple of weeks to get back. And then that's going to point the investigators in the direction of where to take their next steps, as well as the search of the interior of the compartment that she was found in and the passenger compartment. Because if there was any blood or any signs of foul play or violence, then that obviously points into a direction that they need to go.
And what's going to be more important to the investigation, finding out what happened inside that car, if anything happened inside that car, or the forensic evidence in the car, or is it going to be finding where the scene of the crime actually took place and kind of working backwards really from there?
Girl, all of that.
Well,
they ain't gonna be able to
backwards
find
from
out where the
body,
crime took
and
place.
The body will start
they went into
basically
where
it
points
was
all
at,
the
apartment where it was at,
directional
and took a lot of
arrows,
stuff
so to
from
speak,
there. I
on
don't
where
know,
to
they might
go.
have to start there.
And then from there, obviously, they go into a forensic analysis
long.
of that car.
That's
And then,
true.
like I said,
That's
the
true.
most important piece of that car is that onboard computer, which has so much information that even Tesla
that's
don't
that's
know
what's
what
gonna
the
tell
extent
a
of the
lot. That's
information
where they
that
have to
car
start.
Them Teslas
has
record all
on
that
it.
shit, though.
And I'm
That's one
fairly
thing I do know about them
confident
damn cars.
that, the owner
They
of the
record
car wasn't
motherfuckers that walk up against the
sophisticated
cars for
enough
it,
to know
too.
how to wipe or to get rid of that information that's on that car.
Does it change anything? You know, we know the Tesla car is like kind of like a smart car. And even though I'm not as technologically savvy as you are, Colin, I'm interested in knowing, does it change anything in terms of the investigation because the car was towed over into that impound lot? Does that change anything in terms of the data that might be on that car or anything like that?
No, I mean, when the car is on, it's gathering thousands and thousands of data points. Now, it was off. Basically, we can presume that it was on up until the time it was towed. So they know where it was when it was towed to that. So the tow part doesn't really mean anything other than chain of custody. So from the time that it was sitting there towed back 24, 48, or even 2 weeks, they're going to be able to know exactly where that car was, whether it was an accident. There's even cameras, interior and exterior, that are taking
it only goes
footage.
back 2
So
weeks.
they're going to end up likely knowing who was in the car prior to it being disposed of.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
And say, you know, because we know
Okay,
that
so
this
say
is
that
also,
again.
a very big story
So-
because it kind of surrounds the singer David because
Like,
the car.
fill me in right there where you just.
So I guess the computers, I guess the feds might be able to get that shit, but I guess like the regular shit can only go back 2 weeks. But they like, nah, we probably can go back farther. So that's what they trying to figure out now.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're like, up until they found it, where they found it at, it was collecting data, so it was working. So they can backtrack all of that.
Yeah.
Versus basically doing that is going back further than 2 weeks.
Versus
Or
it being dead and like, okay, we don't know what's going on. We can only go back 2 weeks. It was on up until they towed it. So it's like now we can go further because we got all this data.
okay, right. That car gonna give us some data too.
Yeah,
For that car
yeah.
gonna give us some
That's
information.
where they gonna have to start.
That's another reason why I ain't really fuck with them Teslas for real, bro. Them motherfuckers is damn near a walking computer for a
Okay.
rolling computer.
The
for real.
dicks.
Hell yeah.
Was registered to him. But say investigators learn, you know, he has been cooperating with the investigation. Again, he hasn't been named as a suspect or anything like that. But say investigators learn that he was out on tour, or he was at an event or something. He has an alibi for the time frame that they believe the murder took place. What happens next in terms of how they find possibly who might else be involved in this?
Well, they're also going to find her phone. Possibly, they didn't say whether the phone was on her or not. And then the phone, obviously, is especially for a 15-year-old, her whole life is in that phone.
Yes,
So they're going to be able to establish her circle
if they
of
find her
friends, and start
phone.
interviewing all of those people.
I don't
as
know
well as
if
interviewing
they
all
do
the people
find
around this rapper to see this music artist, to see if they know anything and they know what exactly happened. I mean, the bottom line is you don't crawl into a car and close the hood. You know, somebody had to put her in that car, whether she was alive or dead when it happened. That will be something that the investigators will definitely find out. And I believe it happened in LAPD territory.
And on top of that, how did they even get your car unlocked to put her in the trunk for real life?
So I have absolute certainty
somebody had
that
to have
they're
the
going to.
keys.
That's like me parking my car on the side of the street for in front of my house, and then I go on tour for and somebody put a body in my car. Like, nigga, how the fuck did they even get inside your car to begin with anyway if your car locked?
Much today is that she was reported missing.
Ain't nobody just about to walk up to no random ass vehicle and be like, oh, let's put a body in here and keep driving.
She was missing and how long of a period
She's from
that was.
Riverside.
How will that kind of play into her death investigation?
There's this myth that addiction is just lack of willpower, but
That's wild as hell. This shit with her though.
That's important that the family lost track of her a year ago, but it still comes right back to that car and what was going on in the car prior to the tow truck picking it up, and then being able to establish the timeline. So in any investigation or violent crime investigation, the timeline is the most important. So they're going to have a timeline starting from when the car was found or when it was reported, and they'll go back 24, 48, or even 2 weeks, and they'll be able to identify every place that car was and likely where she was. And
that's one thing about them Teslas. When them motherfuckers driving, nigga, them bitches, they're documented at every damn stop for real shit. Every intersection, every stop, every nigga, them Teslas record them everything for real.
Responsible for her being in that vehicle.
Yeah, and I'm sure investigators and even her family are trying to find out what happened to her, if they can gather any type of detail to figure out what all had happened. Colin, I want to thank you so much for your time and your insight into this case. I did have one final question for you. In terms of investigating a case like this where you have very little to go off of, how different is it to investigate a case like this now in 2025 where you have surveillance cameras, you have smart cars that gather all this technology and information as opposed to maybe like 20 years ago where we didn't have all this technology readily available like we do now?
Well, I think it kind of on its face, it appears cognitively that it should be easier, but in fact, it's actually harder because the investigators are just overloaded with data and information.
Okay, I see. And I would think too for back in the day would be harder because they don't got that technology. But now that they got that technology, it's a lot more going through and searching and figuring out that they got to do for because they got all that technology. So I get it. I would have thought different though. I would have thought the technology damn near explain itself for real.
20 years ago, it was a matter of just.
They still got to go. So that means they got to go through all type of different files for the car, all type of different documents for the car.
All these data points that investigators have.
Any kind of data they got to go through basically for that vehicle.
Do you see that there might be a possibly end in sight in terms of the investigation anytime soon, or do you think that this might be a very long investigation?
Well, based upon it was in a Tesla, I would speculate that it's not going to be long. If it was in like a Mustang from the 60s that has no onboard computer
tracking or GPSing or anything like that, for it would be harder.
Like I said,
they got to do a real old school investigation for because that car is damn near nigga. The car is investigated itself. Shit.
Aid the investigators on getting through that data. I expect that they likely will quickly know exactly what happened.
Anytime that motherfucker touched or moved, that motherfucker recording.
And I hope that they can find out soon what happened to her because it's just devastating overall, just how horrible this case truly is. Again, Colin Schmidt, thank you so much for your time and insight into this case. I really appreciate it. According to LAPD, the victim was 5'10", had wavy hair, and a tattoo on her.
Damn, man.
And then they had said that she was 120 pounds, but then when they found her, she was like 70. So they thought that maybe she was like starved. But you can't say that when, according to some of the reports and some of the things that I've heard, she was like dismembered. So she was like cut up.
Yeah, so they ain't gonna be able to.
Right, and then how long she was in there as well. So yeah, it's gonna really be hard to tell.
It was saying like he got song lyrics talking about her and all kind of shit, man.
That's what Trap Lord did. He kind of did like a timeline with his music. in the songs that he did, and he kind of went into the lyrics and all that stuff, and it just makes you be like, yeah, this is creepy.
What?
Trap notes. You said Trap Lord Ross did one?
Yeah, on his page, it's on here.
Oh.
Trap More or Trap Lore?
Trap Lore.
Wait, new footage of D4vd cleaning dead girl's shoes is resurfaced online.
Now I didn't see that. That's crazy.
Hold on.
No,
this shit on my algorithm. This shit on my algorithm.
New footage just dropped, and it's David caught cleaning the shoes of the shorty whose body was found in his car trunk.
That moment happened the day I made Romantic Homicide, I think.
The internet's losing its mind. And guess what? The twist behind this video ain't what you think. In fact, the real motive behind his action is far more disturbing. Let's break it down. New shocking footage. Upside down. The severely decomposed remains of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez were discovered in a bag inside the front trunk of a black 2023 Tesla. This whip, registered to David Anthony Burke, who goes by David in the streets, had been towed 5 days earlier from the Hollywood Hills after neighbors started complaining about some nasty smell coming from the ride. The timing of this whole discovery is mad twisted.
So even the neighbors told you when y'all came to pick
birthday
it
was
up that
September
it was
7th,
smelling.
literally the day before they found her body. But check this, given how decomposed everything was, word on the street is she never even made it to see that birthday. The stench that had workers calling the LAPD suggests Shorty had been gone for a hot minute, probably since around the time she first went missing back in April 2024. But yo, this case ain't just about some missing person situation. What's coming out through social media detectives? Family statements and police investigation is painting a picture of some predatory behavior between David and Celeste that allegedly started when she was just 11 or 12 years old, while he was 16 to 18. That's some serious grooming allegations right there. The realest piece of evidence is literally written on their skin. No cap. Both the murdered teenager and the up-and-coming singer both have the same tattoos on their right index fingers reading, "Shh." Now, while that might sound like just a coincidence, I mean, people get matching ink all the time. When you look at all the other evidence, this joint becomes way more serious. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed the victim's identity partly based on this distinctive tattoo, making it crucial evidence linking these two. The family connections run deeper than a Kendrick verse, though, because Celeste's mother said that her daughter was dating somebody named David when she went missing. This ain't secondhand information or street rumors. This is coming straight from the victim's mother, providing a direct connection between the victim and the dude whose car she was found in. Even more damning is the photographic evidence that's been circulating. Photo of David in Celeste's neighborhood, not far from
They was with each other. They've been seen with each other.
This is significant because Celeste's house is over an hour away from where David was living. So homeboy wasn't just randomly in the hood for no reason. The geographic specifics of this evidence are wild, for real. We're talking about Lake Elsinore, California, a place that's about 70 miles east of Los Angeles. This ain't like he was just walking through the neighborhood.
Yes, and by the way, that parking lot, we looked at it on we geotagged the photo and looked at it. It's about a 6-minute walk from Celeste's home, where her mom lives anyway.
But the most twisted piece of evidence.
So he was meeting her somewhere and
December
picking her up?
2023, just 4 months before Celeste disappeared. A demo track by David leaked on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I just don't know if that was like old and it's something that just
The girl
resurfaced.
with my name tattooed on her chest.
The timing of when this track was made and leaked is suspect as hell.
Is
This
her
wasn't
name
written
tattooed
after
on his
she
chest?
disappeared. This
I
was
don't
created
know.
while their
We don't know
alleged
right
what was happening 4 months before she vanished forever. The possessive, obsessive language in the bars, combined with references to tattoos and physical intimacy, creates a disturbing picture of the dynamic between them. Adding to this mountain of evidence are Discord chats from 2021 to 2023 that allegedly show David interacting with Celeste when she was underage. While the specific contents of these messages haven't been fully disclosed to the public, their existence suggests there's a digital paper trail that investigators are definitely looking at closely. The case got even more heartbreaking when we learned about Celeste's pattern of running away from home. According to reports, there was a missing report filed in January 2024 and then again in April. This suggests that Celeste
Hispanic or something like that. Yeah, she looked foreign though. She definitely looked foreign.
But part of a pattern.
I mean, shit, her last name is Hernandez.
Likely to be with David. A particularly disturbing element came from an unexpected source, a middle school teacher who had taught Celeste years earlier.
She met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school.
This teacher's account provides crucial context about the pattern of Celeste.
What?
He knows some stuff.
Wow.
He was a
middle school teacher who had with David. A particularly disturbing element came from an
school
unexpected source, a middle school teacher who had taught Celeste years earlier.
She met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back.
It's game time at Toyota.
That's wild.
Score big.
That's wild that he said that.
Back to our school.
This teacher's account provides crucial context about the pattern of Celeste's disappearances and her connection to someone matching David's description.
She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead.
Oh my God.
In that rapper's car, cut into pieces.
The fact that she had run away
been
found in Hollywood.
The whole rundown, nigga. That's his classroom. He saying that again?
Hell yeah.
That evidence
God
of an ongoing relationship with someone who had serious influence over her decisions. The physical evidence found.
Y'all need to go talk to him.
Yeah, hell yeah. He knows some shit.
He knows some stuff that y'all don't know.
Pounds with wavy black hair, wearing a tube top, black leggings, a yellow metal chain bracelet, and a stud earring. These specific details, combined with the distinctive tattoo, helped forensic experts confirm her identity after more than a year of her being missing. As we dig deeper into this case, the connections between David and Celeste become increasingly difficult to explain as just coincidence. The matching tattoos, the family confirmations, the geographic evidence, the musical references, and the pattern of disappearances all point to a relationship that allegedly began when she was just a kid and he was becoming an...
Yeah,
exactly.
See, dude gonna have to... This case gotta develop some more because this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
But one thing I can tell you that I seen people saying, and it might even be in the comments, but they were saying old girl got killed because she was pregnant and she ain't want to get the abortion or she wasn't going to.
I did not hear anything about that, and if that is not
that could possibly be that's definitely a possibility though, for real. Because of course he probably wouldn't want her to come out being pregnant because she was younger on a sense too.
And that makes you even more dark if you dismember her body. Like you was really trying to get rid of something, huh?
Yeah.
Because I mean, shit, you know, in my knowledge, for a girl coming out saying I'm younger and this person is much older than me, and I'm pregnant by him and this and the third, that ain't no good look on you, especially with you being a rap artist and shit too.
Like, sir, you were a pedophile. The fuck?
And that's what's gonna kill his rap career too, for real. So if I got shit going on and I'm up and coming and I think like that, for 9 times out of 10, that could be motive to actually do something.
That's why everybody's up here and they stopping their shows with him and the stuff that he got going on. Don't nobody want to be dealing with that.
Yeah, you got too much going on, gang. You got a lot coming on carrying behind your name too, for real, brother. We ain't shit. Ain't nobody paying for that kind of. Hell no, we don't support that kind of entertainment.
It's gonna be some whole other ish.
Yeah, hell no, we don't support that kind of entertainment, brother. You got some demons following you.
Okay.
So I guess we just gonna give it another week and see what they come up with details they come up with.
Yeah, they kind of have to go.
Shit, another week for a trap where Ross might have the whole shit ran down.
They need to check out the Tesla. They need to check out the teacher.
Is he arrested?
Yeah, the teacher knows some shit too.
Y'all need to talk to the teacher. Y'all need to check out the Tesla. Y'all need to do y'all's research and figure.
They got leads like a motherfucker though. They got hella leads.
Yeah. I know y'all gonna have to get a release and get all the stuff from their phones, but it's like I know it's something in there. Y'all just gonna have to do y'all's work.
Shit, if you ask me,
he ain't been arrested.
Yeah,
but he under investigation.
Yep, and they say he cooperating.
So he's locked up then right now, right?
Nope, he's not locked up.
He is not locked up.
He is not locked up. His tour stopped. Let me see right here. Hold on. It said, here's what we know about the investigation. No charges have been filed. Despite a body being found in the vehicle registered him, D4vd has not been officially named as a suspect or charged with a crime. Police are investigating.
Damn, that's fucked up.
The Los Angeles Police, the LAPD, has classified it as a death investigation. Detectives have served a search warrant at a home reportedly connected to the singer.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Outside of where they found the vehicle at, they got clearance to be able to go inside that home. That's where they took computers and took stuff like that.
Legal explanation for delay. Legal experts have explained that an arrest is likely not yet occurred because law enforcement are still gathering the necessary evidence, such as the autopsy report from the forensics before confronting the singer.
Exactly. They need to cross their T's and dot their I's.
And they say he's cooperating. He's fully cooperating.
That's probably why they ain't put no charges on his ass yet, though, for real.
Because he is, and then you should, because all evidence is pointing to you, sir.
So he ain't really got no choice but to cooperate. Because if he didn't cooperate, they gonna look at him like a suspect,
or he gonna tell on somebody. Yeah, he knows something. If you don't know who did it, you know something.
You know something. Yeah.
So let's see if he gonna fold. Because what the hell?
That's your car.
Man, rest in peace, Celeste.
You know,
even the fact that you weren't even looking for your car.
Yeah, definitely R.I.P. Because that's sad.
Shit, they said the motherfucker was. I guess now it was sitting outside his house, but it was just stinking.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like the neighbors reported it and said it smelled. So before they came and took it, y'all already knew it was stinking.
Right.
Then y'all took it there and somebody was like, "Yeah, this shit
sat
stank."
in that tow yard and it stank even more.
Was like, "Yeah, this shit stank."
Like, no, these cars ain't supposed to smell like this out here.
Something ain't right.
And it's in the tow yard, so a car stinking in the tow yard is definitely a red flag.
Car stinking on the street, motherfuckers driving by. Like, matter of fact, old girl was driving around with them kids in her trunk for like a year.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a crazy. Yep. This is like a thing this year. That's crazy.
And she was acting like this. Everything was normal when they stopped.
It was like her grandkids or some shit like that.
No, I don't think it was her kids.
That's wild.
Who? What happened?
This the second time somebody been found with some kids that was been in a car stinking, and this girl was driving around with her dead kids in the car.
Yeah, I want to say it was like two of her kids.
I seen a little. I'm not sure if this is the same video, but I seen a video where a girl had got pulled over. It was like a little Ford Focus or something, and the cops had searched the car and found some bags and little totes and shit in the car. And they end up opening the bags and shit and found the dead body remains in the car for her. She was just driving around in this shit like it wasn't normal and they was like, man, the car stink, ma'am. You know what I mean? The car smells very bad. Yeah, she said it was dirty clothes. She said it was clothes. I've been living in here. Yeah, it was two black ladies that got pulled over. Yeah. I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. She definitely said it was some clothes. She said, I've been living in here. The clothes been dirty. I ain't washed them. I've been, you know what I mean? Yada yada.
That's not dirty clothes. Like something ain't right there.
You know, they said the smell's too strong for real. This ain't dirty clothes for real. And the dead body is gonna smell like old meat and everything like that. For you know what I mean, it's gonna smell like it's gonna smell like something dead.
It gotta be like some maggots or some flies flying around the car, or something, dog.
Definitely some.
And even if it ain't it's gonna be maggots for sure, because maggots ain't gotta have no sunlight, oxygen, none of that shit. For they feed off the carcass.
Flies.
Yeah, they feed off the carcass, so they ain't gotta have shit.
That is wild, man. We gonna come back next week with more details on this freaking crime, man, because this shit is crazy, dog.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace, Celeste, man.
So until next time, man, we out.